So we are starting now. Start now. Okay, so we are looking at French teachings and education. um, let's make a selection. Um, share this window. No, no personal rubbish. Okay. Um, okay, so can you guys see my PowerPoint? Yeah? So, so, you, wait, what screen? Yes, this is the correct screen. This is the one. What? How? Change the screen to. Add this window. Uh, currently sharing this window. You can see this. You can see this. You can see this. Uh, intro to attraction. Can you see it? Okay, so um, what is attraction to you? In what we see, what we see as attraction. Like, is it a physical one or intellectual one, or romantic attraction? Um, uh, if you have no answers, you're not sharing. Oh my, bro, reconnect, reconnect, reconnect. Sorry, voice. Mix selection. Mix selection. Show all windows. This one. Okay. Yeah, Discord does it. Can you see it now? Yes. Now, what is attraction to you? I don't know. What attracts you to someone? I don't. Um, so attraction is a feeling first of all, because to be attracted to something, to someone is to feel something for someone. Attraction, as in physical, intellectual, romantic attraction, is attracting to to something that is morally good, physically strong, intellectually good, for good purposes. So we are attracted to the good things of people, and thus we also want their good. And this is the definition of equinus, of love, is that to will the good of another. Do you logically follow this? So, so when you are doing this, you are trying to will their intellectual good to broaden their curiosity, romantic for the sexual and other feelings, and physical stuff for strength. But also, it's not just logical. There are other emotional, evolutionary psychology stuff, which I'll get into later. The definition of love here in the Webster's New World is a strong, usually passionate affection of one person for another, based on part of sexual attraction, and this is the definition we'll use. But there are many definitions, including the Thomas Aquinas definitions. Some other definitions talk about the feelings of love. It's not exactly love. Um, it's not really loving to be infatuated with somebody, because that's an intense obsession. It's not necessarily trying to will the good of another. It's that you are obsessed with the other's things that you perceive attractive and that you perceive as good. So this love. So we can see how the science of love, as we come from evolution, of obviously not from creation. So there's a science behind it. People, we have ancestors who are more likely to live, and thus are more likely to reproduce, and thus their genes are more likely to pass on, which is why those favorable traits come here. A big reason why. That's it's not the only reason, but obviously that is a very significant reason, considering the reasons why we are even here in the first place. Does your ancestors know something about attraction? To some extent, to some extent, yes, it is like eugenics for different tactics and different measures of love and attraction, and those which are more likely to live are more likely to reproduce. So it is like that in a sense. Yes. But it's not the only way, because there's also other things. For example, self-sacrifice. You sacrifice yourself. You be altruistic, but you increase the fitness of your relatives and other people who can take care of your relatives, and thus, even if this is quite true, you can still be altruistic. Here at foundation. Men tend to prioritize the mate's attractiveness. The big reasons is for health, for reproductive fitness, psychologically, also having the feeling as well. Because our dopamine systems are built to go higher when there's a potential reward, like high calorie foods, sex, etc. That's true, but women may give a chance to those who are less attractive if they have other qualities. This may sound not not really consistent, but in fact it can be quite consistent because there are other things as well, like the personality. And so you can see that study number one is consistent. The study number two, it shows that the high BMI, more unattractive women tend to be less selective, especially in the short term, as we can see the men tend to prioritize male attractiveness, and those women want to have not just reproduction but also feelings of sex, which we are shown in various studies, and so they're less selective. More attractive women, like they even be more with more attractive women in there, the unattractive women tend to be even less selective. So this is the social part. So if you are a woman and you want to increase your chances, maybe it's a bit social awkward or something, yeah, you can look at the, I guess, be more attractive. And for men who struggle with this attraction, I suppose they could lower their standards. Sometimes these things, yeah, if they're happy with it. But anyways, the women are more satisfied with a partner 21 centimeters taller versus men. They're more satisfied with the partner 8 cm shorter. Americans, women around 5'3", 5'4". Europeans around 5 foot. Women around 5'4" too. 21 cm taller is around 8 inches, so that means 6 feet. So as we can see, this is why there's a stereotype that many women want men who are 6 feet tall or above. This is because many women are 5'4", 5'5", and if they're more satisfied with partners over 8 inches taller, this means around 6 foot to 6'2". But many of them don't like it when they're like way too tall, which again makes sense. But women must be like judged on the status and income as they want. It's not just about the attractiveness and having a baby. It's about how do you get 21 centimeters taller? If you are still growing, then maybe more heavy exercise, get the testosterone going, have more nutrition and other things before your growth plates close. Don't get injured. I mean, you could stretch on a pull-up bar to try to regain some height that you lost over the day, but that's probably only around 1 inch. So yeah, that. It's gonna. You haven't grown in a long time. Damn, that's crazy. You already gone in puberty, girl, and you're quite young. Damn, huh? That's the stuff about the hormones and other things. That's a significant change from childhood, but it's like significantly a big fast period of development with the hormonal changes. Yeah, that's roughly puberty. Roughly what puberty is. Anyways, back to the topic. Like judge on status and income. So for men, this is why many men we go looks maxing, or academic maxing, or finance maxing, is because the women are much more likely to judge men on our status and income. So we are attempting to fix this issue. But less concerned about looks. So yeah. So it, yeah, kind of makes sense, but additionally, there's also some gender, other psychological factors at play, which I will explain later. But first, here we have the long versus short term for women. Short term, they tend to pick physical attractiveness as they're more likely to say, how tall do you want your ideal girlfriend? Doesn't really matter. Height doesn't really matter that much to me. How tall are you? Like 5'9" ish. Ideal girlfriend to be. It depends. Sometimes I see the attractiveness of having a 5 foot or 4'11" girlfriend. Other times, doesn't really matter that much. Oh, anyways, let's get back. Short-term physical attractiveness for maybe sex, hotness, feelings, etc. And long-term, they choose warm, trustworthy partners because they, from evolutionary perspective, they want warm, trustworthy partners in order to have a partner who's willing to potentially care for their babies and also them. So we can see partner selection is heavily contextual on the time of the relationships. So this is what women do. For men, we tend to be more for attractiveness in short term, but long term, yeah, fair enough. Tips. Here's the tips, not just about science. For people, if you want to attract men, please be more emotionally responsive, as relationships are built on emotional reciprocity, like the go to and fro of it. Emotionally, you ask them how are they, comfort them, be a bit flirty to men, example men, because for many of them it's a bit of a loneliness epidemic, and also it just happens and like it too. So that's why they found in studies that is for people to be more responsive than men, and for women, it's men seem like more feminine, women more healthy for babies and other things. It's partially evolutionary, partially because of gender traditional gender roles. So for women here who want to attract men, older men, I say, please see more feminine in your clothing, hair too, and don't be that submissive, but just don't be that submissive. You have your boundaries, but and this kind of stuff leads to men having more sexual arousal, and it's more likely to have more long term relationship. So, what do you find sexually arousing? I'm afraid that is too personal question to to for me to answer. Especially in a more formal environment. Looks of attraction. Here. Men, they should look more masculine as well. More dominant men that can take care of them, either against threats, etc. Uh, and women, they should look more feminine in order to get to be more attractive. Maybe put some more makeup, just don't make it very unnatural. And have a good short dress, uh, good amount of sin, as they say, a lady's dress should be short and long enough to cover the important bits, but short enough to to be exciting. You know what I mean? Yeah, fair enough. Hey, hello, Cindy. Hey, I came. Can I get to share PowerPoint later? I guess. I guess so. You know, uh, uh, we were talking about this. The definition was attraction, the science of foundation, and the long term, short term stuff, the tips on initial attraction, and now the looks of it. Low angles, they tend to be more dominant, because if you take a picture from a low angle, you look taller and you look more in control. The jawline looks a bit more tougher, and things. So, and this is positive for men as they want to look more masculine, for more attraction, as we have seen in studies, but not good for women, as we have seen. Especially if there's a bit of a age gap. Especially for age gap, you know, want to look more dominant as a younger guy, or as a woman, you want to look more submissive for your older guy. I mean, it's up to you. Just please remember to follow the laws. Remember to respect consent, and please use your common sense. That's all I will say. I'm not one to judge what people think, and it's against the principles of the server. Unlike many who will say that a few people in 2X chromosomes who will say that these older men are so predatory, and that you are absolutely not mature, like you are not mature for age. Like 50% of people are more mature for the age, and 50% of people are less mature for the age. But please just use your common sense. I think somebody not exactly. So here, let's discuss on how to apply this in real life, I guess. So how do you think you could apply the science and other things you learned to your real life dating? I know some people are barely of age to be of Discord TOS, so if you give them dating tips, especially these days where the social norms are changing and there are many backlashes and counter movements and movements here and there, and some women who are 4B and want to have 0 kids and 0 children, leading to the extinction of our species. Yeah, I was in relationships with multiple women older than me, and had various people who I managed to charm, even from group projects. And if she's attracted to you, she will probably give you a chance. So even if you're a bit socially awkward, or there a few people may call you creepy, just take a deep breath. Try to be less socially awkward. Trial and error. Apologize for your mistakes. And go dating. How do I prevent myself from being called creepy? Now, I recommend Courtney Ryan, the YouTuber, for more dating advice. As well as me. Though I will eventually have some more custom lessons which you have to pay for, of course. But I have some free streams too. How do you prevent yourself from being called creepy is the question. Number one, just be more attentive. If she looks a bit indecisive, or if you feel something that's a bit wrong, like you may think that she take that joke or not, just leave. Just don't get into it and don't get reported for sexual harassment. Even if what you did was objectively not really sexual harassment, she just thinks it is. But just please, caution is key. I've been there. Also, being called creepy. Do not, if there's a girl that doesn't exactly like you, deliberately go on a different route so that she doesn't accuse you of following her. Yeah, it has happened to me. It's a literally coincidence for 5 seconds, and then a few people cause problems. So, can you give a more elaborate example? Don't quite understand your previous points of being more cautious. For example, there's a crush. She says she is willing to see you shirtless because she likes seeing men's abs, and she's like, what do you think? Like, you need a fake 10, and then you feel a bit uncomfortable. Maybe her voice is a bit like she's faking it even though she consented to this. And then maybe she will claim that she is very uncomfortable with this. Then you should just go away. You should just go away and tell your friends what happened. Yeah, because once they say this, they will say that you harass her even though it is not your intent. It is not your intent, but in many of these cases, this isn't really sexual harassment. This is simply a social misunderstanding. And I know some women who I know, and maybe some of them play along for safety, which is obviously valid. But I know various women who like to cause drama. Some women have borderline personality disorder, and they may fear abandonment and be like so extremely attachments or do some crazy stuff. There are also histrionic personality disorder, which is more diagnosed in women than men. They seek attention through these various things, and just like, so just be a bit careful. Like yes, many people with personality disorders simply maybe like this partially due to their trauma, but it's that's not related. what's related is that you are the one who is giving man or woman a chance. And if you cannot do this because some of them decide to cause some drama, I think this can cause various mental health issues for you. And trust me, it is not pretty. There's a reason why many illnesses like bipolar disorder, many people kill themselves. Many people commit suicide. Yes, yes, bro. And sometimes the stresses of this can be a trigger for these kind of depressive episodes. So, especially if you're vulnerable to mental illness, just please be careful of this. We can proceed with the next question. What's the ideal age gap for me? Just follow the law and date a bit older than myself. Couple years, maybe. Cause frankly, many of them a bit younger than me are simply immature. Like, I'm sorry, many, not all, but just stay a little bit older. Yeah, yeah, that is true. They can be quite mature, but in many cases, but we're talking about averages here, which is why in laws we have cut-offs for buying cigarettes, buying alcohol, driving. And what if she's young but mature? I'd rather not get into that. Like, just I would rather not go into that. But you can get if she's young but mature. You can choose to date her. I'm just talking about my own preferences and what I do. You know. If she's young but mature. I mean, if you love that, sure. Just please remember to follow the law. If you don't, that's your consequences. Like I gave you my advice. You can choose not to take my advice, but there are various consequences for this. I mean, it's up to you. In my class, there's this girl who's in high school, but she's younger because she skipped some grades. What do you think about that? First of all, I think she is pretty intelligent, if you ask me, both socially and academically, as you need to be able to hold partially your own socially in order to be able to maintain your stuff. So her developmental level is probably significantly higher than her chronicle age. She has for example, she made the developmental level of a 10th grader or a 15 or 16-year-old, but she's chronologically like 11. In some psychological remember that in psychological disorders, they base it on developmental age, not chronological age. But for this, follow the law. Do not have sex with her. Do not. If she's younger than the age of consent, do not have sex with her legally, regardless of whether or not she is psychologically mature enough to consent or not. Okay? we follow the laws. If you disagree, if you disagree with the law in your country, then move somewhere else or form your own country. That's what I would say. If you are in a country as a citizen, you have your rights but also your responsibilities, and your responsibilities are to follow the law. In many cases in 16, like in British stuff, there's no Romeo and Juliet laws, so this 16 and 15 is technically illegal and could get you prosecuted. But it depends. Yes, it may, they give you some leniency, blah blah blah. But if you want to, but just because they may give you some leniency doesn't really mean they will give you some leniency. If the judge doesn't like you on that day, you may be sentenced to a year in prison. So what? 50, bro, 50. Nah, that's a lot. That's logical. Don't answer this. Both, if the age of consent is 16, both of them are under the age of consent. But developmentally, that's a lot gap. So I would say I will not make general comments. But for dating, that's weird. I mean, that's weird. If you choose to do it, it's not my problem. Though, if, well, if you choose to do it, we should follow protocol and have them after lecture. Here's the quiz. Good luck. You have 16 minutes. The time starts now, and yeah, 16 minutes. Do you have the do you see it? Do you do you guys manage to what? How come? How come, bro? But it's published. Now can you see it? And yeah, for that grade skip girl, I wish her very good luck. No? Doing well. Dating men is going well for her, which. Did you skip grade? It's complicated. It's just. No. But it's like. A girl, just. Think of the girl she dates and. It. Since she's younger, she has like. Maybe less development, and so she has to work harder for this attractive. It's sometimes just the way of the world. Quite getting more competitive these days. Even in dating. Especially if he has some vices that people don't really like like smoking cigarettes or lot of drug use. Yeah, she's gonna have trouble, but hopefully she can find an open-minded guy. But many people do manage to overcome it. Especially girls, because some men, frankly, their standards, and also many men are more tolerant. They, some of them, some men don't even like their girlfriends, and they still stay with them. Yes, yes. And I'm like, you should set your boundaries, bro. Uh, use your. You can use your school email or personal email. I don't care. That's tough. Yeah, but oftentimes dating can get tough, especially when there's a lot of competition, and there are a few queens, women queens, who attract men left and right. And 80/20 may be quite true in dating due to algorithms. Nowadays, yes, there is significant inequality because if I gotta be a bit blunt, some people are genetically will be stronger than others. Some people have better fate. Some people have better. Wait, where is it? Some people. Yeah, I got one response. Some people I will go through the questions a few minutes later. You can still try to do it if you want. I got one response. How about you just share screen the question? So 2 people here want to share screen the questions, and I got one response. We should make it in the discussion formats. I honestly kinda agree. Let me share change stream. Do you see this? Do you see this? So Cindy did it, and she got 4 points. Now let's look at this. It's okay. Now we'll see how we apply the science of attraction. These are nonsense, wrong, because many of them have a high sample size, as I have shown you the references as a basic understanding, not a little bit, hopefully, not necessarily, because you are dating and there is one partner who doesn't necessarily fit the mold, and therefore this option is correct. This one, what is not a weakness? What is not a weakness of make notes at all? Make note at all, like it like I did reference it. Someone did something. Someone, maybe JA did something. Anyways, this one, what is the result? This is because lowering heads for it, which means lowering head in the photos, which means you perceive more sadness and joy. This is a true result. This is a weakness because it's contradictory. So this doesn't necessarily, body language doesn't necessarily mean the feeling. Validity issues, there is a weakness because the 3D models in this, oh sheesh, because the 3D models, 3D models look unnatural, and just look at it. Look at the study yourself. The quiz consists of everything inside, including part of the studies. You can see that I showed you the studies, the references before. But yeah, so Relatively small. This is true. What is false about attraction? As we can see, who got this right? She got that right. It was not a weakness. False choice. There's no false choice. The false choice was in some other studies that this study referenced. What's false about attraction? There are no tactics. That is false because there are tactics. But usually what is false is the part on sexual attraction is the main definition. I never said it was the main definition. I said that it was the definition. It was the definition we use. Like here is the definition. It's not our main one. Here, what is the closest thing you should do? Be more flexible and weight and height standards. True, because women with high BMI and more unattractive women more like have lower standards. Which phrases are good definitions of love? I don't know why you didn't tick everything. It's a checklist. A strong, usually passionate. This one is what we said. To will the good of the other by Thomas Aquinas. That's also one. For reform someone's well-being. That is also true. What should I do to improve my chances? Feminine maxing. And this is not necessarily true. Feminine maxing. Maybe I give you like, I don't know, half mark for this. Feminine maxing. But what's feminine maxing? The answer is to use the skincare, natural makeup to the most attractive. First, attract the man, cut down the acne, and probably shouldn't smoke. But if you do, at least like if you have your bad habits, at least make it look elegant. There are some actresses like Audrey Hepburn that managed to make smoking cigarettes look elegant. So if you do, at least please. I'm not trying to restrict personal choice, but I got to align myself with reality. I'm not sure why feminine maxing is wrong. It's not about it being wrong. It said, as a teen girl struggling for romantic, what should I do to improve my chances? You could tell me some scenarios. You can reference the studies. The pig man who is slightly taller than you, reference the source 3. Be more emotionally responsive, the source 4 or something. Comfort him, emotionally responsive. These are examples of this. I don't want you to simply have one word. Like what even is that one word? In psychology exams, you write down the stuff, especially in IB or A-level, other psychology, even university psychology. There's a short question, and you write down your thought process. You evaluate the question. You add sources, and you can even write an essay if you want. I want to be concise, but you can put all of it. I'm pretty sure you mentioned 3 maxings. That's true. Maxings. Feminine. Yes, I did. My main point is that when you have these kind of questions, you're more supposed to write some paragraph, an essay trying to justify your responses. Wear more feminine clothing, revealing clothing. Not too much, but revealing enough.
呢兩個係你㗎，我擺喺度。
Nothing. Wait, sorry, what is the basis for this answer? Use more skincare, natural makeup to increase attractiveness. Makes you more physically attracted to men. Yes. Well, feminine makeup again to increase the attractiveness. That's what we have said. Pick men who are only slightly taller, because you have seen men prefer 8 cm shorter only, so just pick a man slightly taller than you as a woman. And more comfort your man, see more feminine in present, cute, submissive, high angles. And high angles, because low angles increase dominance. High angles do the reverse. It makes you look more submissive. Or you can also say, do not take photos with low angles. I also mark that as correct. Well, so yeah. Why should men focus on more looks, especially in short-term relationship? Easier. Huh? Related to this, photo taken from low make men more dominant men will positive a woman, and you can see I studied these studies is because of evolutionary reasons, and you can give your reasoning why, and thus why they should focus on it. Now evaluate using the for the good is not is a to say rigorous and rigorous. That means they're valid. They also experiment many things. They're rigorous. So they different behaviors. For example, low angle photos. Some studies like make notes have various weaknesses, as like didn't say it, but it technically isn't. But I think maybe I should say it. Please optimize our dating for results. Probably for evolution, they're scientifically valid. Dominance, they're better for men as if hunting, do not blind, have social awareness, not be blind and trusted. So we are applying our knowledge and analyzing this knowledge, and we are applying what we know into real life. So yeah, that's all. What do you think? We start the panel session. I mean, if you want. I'll send it to you after the panels and other things have ended. You can ask me some controversial stuff about dating, maybe your situations, if you want. Where are you in? University, bro. But she smokes. I'm afraid she'll get her bad influence. I mean, if you were afraid, you could try to get him to break up. But some people have smoking fetishes, so maybe he actually likes that. Or maybe he just doesn't mind. It just ask him anyways. Smoking fetish, you are sexually aroused by people smoking cigarettes or cigars or other things. That's a smoking fetish. There are many things. Some of it, they're more attracted to more elegant women who smoke cigarettes, or long. No, actually, various people have it. There's some girls in clips for sell these kind of videos. Yes, they have customers. Yes, people actually have these weird fetishes. You know anyone who has that? Probably yes. Few of them will admit to me. I think they're just too scared of being judged. But I have people admit weird and sometimes they admit things that are frankly disgusting. Even do you struggle in dating? Somewhat. There's not that much to. Not that many girls who are more available, and in group lectures you can't really chat to the girl next to you, otherwise you may disturb her. So if you start seeing a more friendly, more feminine girl who may give you a chance and then woo her in a group project and maybe later you can date her. How would you generally start a chat with a girl? Well, it depends. In lecture, where I actually managed to charm girls into dating me despite my flaws, I just hello. I just start with that, and then go on from there. In a rave, I would probably have my nonverbal like wave and like oh, uh, like try to like yeah you wanna like stuff like that. It's loud, and in the club I'm like just non-verbally. I meant social media. Depends, cause these pickup lines don't really work on women. They know all these pickup artistry, and some of them may think that you are incel creep, even though you are far from an incel. You ever go to pickup line? None. I improvise. Frankly, these pickup lines are corny, and many of them will figure out what you are doing. So, how would you recommend getting started on dating? The number one is the initial approach. Get a good impression, get your face, get yourself together physically. It's hard to find a good conversation talk. Talk about her handbag, or her hair, or even small talk about news or stuff she's interested in. Don't talk that much about yourself. I feel like some of our guys are legitimately a bit neurodivergent. Don't jump to autism right away. That's if you want to get. Because there can be other stuff like physical stuff, ADHD. There's some with ADHD. They have various social deficits. They have these social deficits because of their intention, hyperactivity, impulsivity, and being under socialized. Contrast your wins and loss of what you did right. Contrast the wins, I did manage to pull multiple girls at the same time. Um, just chat about stuff that I really knew and get them to admire me. Losses is that I didn't really try to get too much in touch with them. I should have had more organization at that, and just write down the names and remember to do so. Well, yeah, these are some of them. It wins is that one girl wanted to break up with me, and with the same stuff, losses, a few girls had some mental issues. Uh, what I did right was trusting my gut when I learned to trust my gut that something was wrong. And then I didn't have any. Even if they report you for harassment, you could say like, I trusted. I felt as if something was a bit wrong. I left. When I realized that I left, something like that. It shows that you have some. No, no, not the girls I dated. It it was a few other that I never did. They're different girls. They're not the girls I dated. It's I agree. They can be very harsh. Especially in this kind of world, we have a few extremists who want to have they shun a whole gender entirely. They gave a reason. They just said they felt a bit. They didn't give it to me. They one of them one of them was abs, and then at school she was, yes, I loved them, and then she was like, oh, harassing me, show his abs, and I'm like, her response is genuine, like. Though to be fair, I felt a bit wrong. Maybe I should have just trusted my gut. You know? Yeah. This kind of weird stuff. And I don't have anything to defend myself because I decided not to record a video of them doing it. Because I felt that was way too awkward. Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I just don't want to get. Yeah. 4. Yes. Yes. Just don't want to get that much. Tip section. Tip section. Tips initial attraction. For people, please be more emotionally responsive. For women, see more feminine in your attractions, maybe even your vices. You drink like a woman who enjoys her wine, or a woman who loves long cigarettes. If you do that, and if you don't want to quit, and if you love it, then that's the next best thing, I guess. The looks, men look masculine, women look feminine. Low angles look more dominant. High angles photos look more submissive. Positive for men and the negative for women. Positive more dominant. Yeah. Also, this girl who skipped, how many grades did she skip? How old is she? Damn. Thanks, bro. I mostly got it from Courtney Ryan video, and then I paraphrased all of it, and I quoted it. This is what you do in university and other projects. Yes, recap the video. We look at the looks of attraction. Men look masculine, women look feminine. We have here. Number short term physical stuff for more sex. Long term, warm, trustworthy personality for kids. Remember that. More foundation. Women much taller partners. Status and income. Men less height, more concerned about looks. And different women, less attractive women are less selective, and when the competition is more, they're even less selective. Thanks. Yes. Less selective short term. So may have to go soon, but there's some. Join like Toasters or yes, I am. Varsity level. Competed varsity level. I never trained for it in high school. Still got in. I tried to pick up a girl when I was in primary school, and then the mom said when she grows older, and then one guy in university, please. So one time I tried to pick up her, yes, I do that. Just get their attention in IG and compliment them. To pick up the girl, go to WhatsApp. And then we went the same way to a bus station. And then I was trying to pick her up, and then she rejected me swiftly. So I think one thing is that you just cannot rush these kind of things. Even if you are too hyperactive, impulsive. To not rush this. What did I learn? Just don't rush. Don't rush it. Be a bit slow, but push a bit closer. Remember that one step is better than no step. Doing one workout a week is better than no workouts a week. Using Instagram for one less minute is better than using Instagram for the same amount of time that you did yesterday. we can apply this here. Getting to know her slightly better and having her slightly more attracted to you is good. She also had very high grades, scholarships, and was quite attractive, so her standards were probably quite high, to be honest. If you have no questions, then that's fine. Do you try to get their attention? Yes, that's why I also do compliment them, social media, data, and yes. It will less successful than person to person. How we initiate on IG. First get attention and compliment their interests and ask more about their interests. Don't make your intentions clear right away. It is often a turn off. And frankly, if they call you creepy for that, they kind of have a point. Even though I don't like these kinds of words to describe this sort of man. But yeah, how we. Can you give a template? For example, there's a woman who is more sporty and or more interested in arts and crafts, and then like honestly, hello, I'm blah blah, I do blah blah, so I'm quite interested in your arts, I've done blah blah. And yeah, I like his posts and bit of personality. Just don't go too far on the first one. Just good luck. See you.